when Trump said within 2 weeks, most people misunderstood that he would give 2 weeks for Europeans and others to find a diplomatic way out. Which is the most dangerous regime? Is it Netanyahu or Iran? It is Netanyahu who has started this aggression. And Israel has carried out so many wars. Whom did Iran attack in the last 20 years? Trump's description of Iran as the most dangerous regime is absolutely wrong. Well, as we have been talking, this was to be expected. When Trump said within 2 weeks, most people misunderstood that he would give 2 weeks for Europeans and others to find a diplomatic way out. No, Trump was trying to mislead. And he did it in 2 days' time. Except that if we follow the correct usage of the phrase within 2 weeks, that is the upper limit. So I can say, let's meet within 2 weeks, and then still I can propose, I can meet you 2 days later. Anyway, that apart, Trump has said it is very successful. Let us see. What does success mean in this case? If it's a question of preventing Iran from making nuclear weapons forever, well, this may or may not be a success. Because by now it is very clear that Iran, unless the Shah's son is installed, he is going to make a nuclear weapon. Now, will Shah's son be installed? I doubt it, because there is a lot of confused talk about regime change. What we have to do is to make a distinction between regime change and regime collapse. There can be a regime collapse, but that is followed by anarchy and civil war. If you are thinking of a regime change, that happened in 2003 in Iraq. American boots were on the ground. Saddam Hussein fell, and then they put up a set of Iraqis of their choice. That is regime change. Now, I am of the view that Israeli and American troops will not be on the ground in Iran. That will be absolutely suicidal, because the casualties will be very high and Trump will not have it. In other words, is popular support for Ayatollah Khamenei, is it going down or is it increasing? Well, all reports suggest that though many Iranians were rebelling against Ayatollah Khamenei, now they have gathered around him. But that's what happens in every country. When there is an external enemy, the people rally around the government. So I don't expect either regime collapse and therefore nor any regime change.
Sir, either peace or there will be a tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight was the most difficult of them all by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed and skill.
Well, this has to be taken seriously. What Trump means is an air attack. American Air Force is so powerful, and American aircraft carriers are around. So they can bomb Iran to the smithereens. But let's also understand, if you want to occupy a country, you need the ground troops. And as I said earlier, Trump will not send the ground troops. Unless, of course, a regime change has already occurred and the son of the late Shah welcomes American troops. No, that's not going to happen. And then there's a lot of loose talk about a democracy, coming to Iran. Well, as of now, theocracy, that is rule led by, Ayatollah, still has strong support. Another thing to bear in mind is that in 1953, when under Mossadegh, who nationalized the Anglo-Iranian oil company, and then what happened? The Shah fled. This Shah, the late Shah, he was young. He fled to Rome, and the CIA under Eisenhower arranged for a coup military coup costing about $10,000, and the Shah was restored. In other words, America has stood in the way of Iran's moving towards a democracy.
Sir, Donald Trump also said that tonight the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. And also said that our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world number of one state sponsor of terror tonight.
Well, we have to understand that as regards Fordo, we have been told that America's bunker buster bombs can penetrate only 200 feet, and Fordo is probably 300 feet. But that apart, even 200 feet are good enough, because if you destroy the access to the underground nuclear facility, then you have practically destroyed it. Now, Iran has stated that it anticipated such an attack and it had removed all the enriched uranium and the personnel. Now, whether it is true or not, we do not know, because in war, the first casualty is truth, facts. But we'll see. But Iran is most likely to retaliate, and I'm afraid the region is in for deep trouble.
Sir, America has been truly surpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime, the world's most dangerous weapons, say Israel PM Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, let me ask the question, which is the most dangerous regime? Is it Netanyahu or Iran? It is Netanyahu who has started this aggression. And Israel has carried out so many wars. Whom did Iran attack in the last 20 years? Nobody. So Trump's description of Iran as the most dangerous regime is absolutely wrong. In fact, it's America who has been attacking. 2003, who attacked Iraq? Afghanistan, who attacked? It is America which has been. So Trump's words have to be taken with a slight pinch of salt.
So UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres tweeted by the use of force by the United States against Iran today. This is a dangerous escalation in a region already on the edge and a direct threat to international peace and security. I call on member states to de-escalate and to uphold their obligations under the UN Charter and other rules of international law.
Well, the Secretary General is a conscience of humanity and he has spoken right. But I add that Trump could not have acted more unwisely.
Sir, if we ask about Hormuz, India suffers?
Pardon, if? Strait of Hormuz.
Yes, yes.
Well, if Iran closes it, not only India, all oil importing countries will suffer. Because 25% of world's traded oil passes through that, and the oil prices will shoot up. That will affect our GDP growth. But above all, let's not forget we have our people there. 36,000 in Israel and probably 10,000 in Iran. In Iran, we have started the evacuation. I wish we had started it 1 week before. And Israel, till now, we have not even started. Embassy said, if you want to leave, we shall assist you. That is not evacuation. We should do it forthwith.